Hold on, guys. We're going to go over a couple of trade setups from this morning. Now, in my opinion, I think we had some pretty clean price action if you were scalping. So, again, off the open, we had a nice push up higher. I was kind of letting, I made a comment in the Discord this morning, and I said that this level here over pre-market highs, right? Over this overnight session high, look at this level here. We had a little bit of a top wick here at 5:40 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, 8:40 Eastern. If you were to mark this level out, notice how price was kind of just, hanging around, right? I typically like when, pre-market, we're not gapping up 200, we're not gapping down, 300 points, something like that. I like it flat, right? I mean, but again, if it was a perfect world, it would open up how I wanted it to every single day. And, when it does open up the way you want it to, you really have to take advantage of it. So, just for starters, on all my funded accounts, I'm still on a 30-minute hold. So I'm not taking any trades with inside the first 30 minutes. That's on funded accounts. On evaluations, I'm trying to sit out 15 minutes unless there's something really juicy. I'm always running multiple evaluation accounts. So on one of my accounts, what I was looking for here was just to pop over the pre-market highs, get in, get out, get a little bit of a scalp. Wasn't expecting it to run this much. So again, took a quick $100 trade on it. One mini contract, 5 points. Again, was literally filled on the opening print candle. The opening 5-minute candle was filled and got out of that setup. Now, there was a 20 SMA play. First 5 minutes of the day, we had a close over the 20 SMA. Now, just looking at this chart here, I did not have any supply until we got up into around 20,220. Okay, that was the next area of resistance. So if we were going to play that, based on how I've been trading, I've been trying to just take these 5-10 point scalps 90% of the time, 5 points. Okay, so 5 points, especially within the first 30 minutes. And even up to an hour, just 5 points, just lock in a green trade, lock in a green trade, lock in a green trade, and just try to keep the ball rolling. There was a few people in Evolution Traders who took this trade. So if you notice right off the bell, that high price was 20,193.5, and immediately, it goes up to 20,206. Okay, so you're looking at around a 7-8 point move. Just like that, like very, very quickly. Again, for those of you guys who may be struggling to find levels of consistency, what I would try to do and focus on is not try to catch trades where you're going to hold it and just expect this thing to keep running in your favor. What I would look for is price targets that are realistic, that are going to get hit a lot, anywhere between 4 and 6 points. Take your scalps, okay? Build your confidence. Allow yourself to build a cushion, right? Have a little bit of a higher win rate and then just pull yourself off of trading altogether. I'm not saying to scalp 4, 5, 6 points and take 30 trades a day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can come into the market, take 1 or 2 trades, just stop. Just stop. It's all about having that self-control. Again, remember, the whole reason why you're trading is to make money. So if you make money on one trade, I don't care if it's $20 or $20,000. You did your job. Why are you trying to press for more? The only reason why you're pressing for more is because you feel that pressure. You feel that rush to, I've got to get this payout. I've got to pass this evaluation quickly. That's the wrong mindset to have. Again, you're going against what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is make money. What you're trying to do is find a setup and take some cash out of the market. And again, trading is beautiful because you're trading for the freedom of time. Why would you want to sit here and stare at these charts for 8, 9, 10 hours a day? When you can literally come into the market, take one trade within the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, make your money and go do and live your life, right? So that 20 SMA played here. I did make around $400 on the funded account today. What I did was wait for that opening range, that 30-minute opening range. Now we can see here, we got this pop going right into this opening range here. Okay, right into this, right into the close of the opening range. You can see again, a little bit of a flag pattern here. Again, this was also a setup. This is not something that I take a lot, but this is a completely valid setup here where we're kind of flagging. We have these 3 top wicks here, and then that price was 20,209. You could have taken that into 20,025, right? Because that's your next area of supply. That would have been a valid trade setup. Again, just pointing it out, I did not take that trade. What I waited for was the 30-minute opening range to close. and then I took the confirmation. Now this stalled a little bit, so there was a little bit of like starting to stall out here at the top of the hour, but it worked, and it worked fantastic. So I actually got in on this trade. If you look at the 30-minute opening range high today, today is the 25th, depending on when you're watching this video, the high price was 20,234. Okay, so 20,234. We need to be getting in when price takes that out. Okay, price took that out on the following candle, literally right when we opened up that new 30-minute candle. Again, I'm trading the 5-minute time frame, so I'm going to have that marked out on the 30-minute chart. Go to my 5-minute chart, and we put in a high at 20,244. Okay, so literally a 10-point run up, and then it pulls back again. A big pullback? Not really, right? Like this candle here is not a pullback that, you know, you should be concerned about. Meaning, if you were stressed out in this trade because maybe you didn't grab profits, or you grabbed them, or you grabbed the entry a little late, it's not a pullback that should have scared you whatsoever. We're still holding this supply. The market was strong. We've got fanned out moving averages, right? So look at the 10, the 20, the 50, the 200. Everything's staggered, right? Everything looks great for a continuation to the upside. On this trade, I took too many contracts. And I took 5 points. It's a $200 winner. So immediately they're kind of stacking up those gains. I did take one more trade, and that was when we started to pull back a little bit. So I noticed a pullback, right? Put in those highs at 20,271. Then we kind of confirmed into this linear regression, made a weak attempt at a bounce, still below the high of day. So what I'm looking at here is this market going to grind down a little bit, or are we going to push through and continue to make highs? It continued to grind down, and as soon as we got another setup that aligns with my strategy. So you guys already pretty much know the strategy. It's not that difficult, right? What's difficult is managing your emotions and your P&L, and you know when to stop trading. Those are difficult things. What's not difficult is identifying your setup and taking a trade. That's easy. It's going to happen each and every single day. As soon as we close below the 20 SMA, I'm already in the profit. So my mind is already going towards, if I'm able to catch another trade, I'm going to be done on the day, right? So if we look at the low price here on the 20 SMA setup that happened at 8:10 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, that low price is sitting at 20,213. Okay. Immediately, once we confirm, we shoot down to a price of 20,201. So more than 5 points, more than 10 points, targets would have been hit here. Again, went in with too many contracts and took my 5 points, and that's it, right? So essentially I've been done trading here for the better half of 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours here, because it was literally, I seen a great setup. I wish I would have taken this one. I did take it on the evaluation account, which was good because, you know, getting me closer to getting my 5th Top Step XFA account. But I'm on a hard, you know, not taking any trades within the first 30 minutes on my funded account. So, you know, after 30 minutes, great. I'll take all the trades that I need to take, you know, depending on if I'm winning or losing. But, you know, that's a hard rule for me. And I'm gonna stick to that because, you know, so many times I've seen these type of setups, they go up and it comes all the way back down, you get stopped out, right? So I have no problem trading them on evaluation accounts because obviously we're trying to pass them very quickly. We're trying to play them very, very aggressive. But it is what it is, right? And the way that I'm approaching the day is, you know, if I was able to take a couple trades and make some cash, well, why do I need to sit here and continue to take trades? You know, because I'm hoping that I'm going to make more money. Well, what if I give it back, right? What if that next setup that I take is a loser? Because I never know when I'm entering into one of these trades that it's going to be a loser. I assume that every single trade that I take is going to be a loser. I just know how much I'm going to lose when it does and if it happens, right? So get really good at that. Get really good at, you know, marrying that stop loss and marrying your personal daily loss limit. If you're risking $200 a trade, you're risking $300 on the day, marry it, right? Marry it. If you get stopped out in the first trade or 2 trades and you can't trade anymore, you know, what are you going to do? Sit and cry about it? Like, come back tomorrow and do it all again. Because the majority of times I'll see people go into the green early, give it all back, and then they unravel, or they take 1 or 2 losing trades and they just want to get back to break even and they unravel. So overcoming that part of the mental side of the game is probably the hardest thing to do. If you can really start to focus on that aspect and that part of the game, I think you're going to do a lot better when it comes to your consistency, right? A lot of people want to know, how do I get better at being consistent and becoming a more consistent trader? It's by doing consistent things on a day in and day out basis. If you don't do things consistent on a day in and day out basis, how do you expect to be consistent, right? It's kind of like, it's like, you know, it's a little common sense right now. Again, I get it, we're humans, we fly off the rails. There's been countless times where I've been up $600, $700, $800 going into the afternoon, and then I'm closing the day only up 200, right? Because I'm sitting here still, you know, taking boredom trades and thinking that I'm just going to scalp my way. You know, it's like, if you're already up on the day and you've taken 2 or 3 setups, you've done your job. Right? You've done your job. You've only got so much mental equity that is going to be good mental equity in the day. And the longer you sit here and you stare at the charts, the more things that enter your mind that don't need to be there. Okay, so again, just kind of wanted to show you guys the open. I think it was a pretty good day. Again, you know, this is outside of my trade window, and the market can go 300 or 400 points in either side, and it doesn't really matter, because I came in and I did what I need to do. And that's what you need to get a lot better at as a trader, is doing what you do and not worrying about what happens after. So many times we're worried about, well, what if we're able to do this? What if that? What if that? There's a whole lot of what ifs. And, you know, I don't like to live by what ifs. I like to live by what works and what I need to do. So with that being said, you know, again, it's a funny business, this business, right? You know, the main thing, you know, the best advice that I can give someone is to size down, don't overtrade, don't overcomplicate things. You don't need a million different indicators. You don't need a million different strategies. You don't need to take a million different trades. Be consistent by being consistent, okay? If you don't have a personal daily loss limit, you're already behind the 8 ball. If you don't have a daily goal for, if you hit this many trades in a row or back to back, losing or winning, you stop, you're already behind the 8 ball. If you don't have an idea, once you get into a trade, where you want to take profits, you just think that maybe it's going to go higher, you're already behind the 8 ball. So square these things away first, right? Square these things away first before you wonder, before you ask, how can you become a better trader? How can you pass evaluations? How can you get paid? How can you keep getting paid? Have you even tackled those main things? If you haven't, you know, that's where you need to start, okay? It's not the strategy that you need to learn. It's getting those things intact first, and then taking trades based on your strategy or method or your edge, whatever it is that you are doing, and then analyzing data from there, and then fine tuning those things after you have some data collection. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys need more Apex evaluation accounts, again, 80% off, $85 activation fee. That link is down in the description box below. If you guys are interested in joining the room and trading with myself and some of the guys, using it as a support system, using it as an educational community where you can learn. I've got a lot of lessons that are not on YouTube there. There's a lot of daily, you know, chat that goes on there when I'm looking at specific levels and things that I'm watching and waiting for, and kind of, you know, running that against what other people are looking at. If you're interested in something like that, maybe you do need a team, a coach, a mentor, definitely join Evolution Traders. That link is down in the description box below. I'll see all of you guys on the inside.